What's up, everybody? It's Erin.
And Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, baby. We're going to talk about some fucked up stuff, dudes.
And you're going to hate/love it. I don't know. We'll see.
It's going to change your mind about a product you might have in your household at this very second.
I mean, I think I do.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's going to make you aware of something you didn't know about a household product.
We're here to teach you things.
Yes.
Okay? Not like
yeah.
in a professional way or like,
no, it's loosely researched. And,
it's, yeah.
And it's more just fun. It's entertainment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's still No Biz January in full effect.
Yep. So we'll just swing past the biz.
Yeah, we're going to push past that because we are ignoring responsibilities for this entire month. We're still not ready.
Nope, we still got a few days left.
Yeah.
Right now, and it's nice.
I don't even know what kind of biz we'll have in February, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But anyway, I mean, the only biz is just to go to our website, DTFUpodcast.com.
And check it out.
Check it out. We got bandanas, you guys.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, our bandanas are amazing.
They're tight. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Amanda of Close Call Studios. This is not our biz. It's her biz. But she's doing a release at the beginning of February. And she's going to release. Yeah, sweet release. All new merch. I'm very excited. I forget what day it is. Just follow at Close Call Studio on Instagram.
Do it up. My part is so weird right now. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Like, Erin got a new microphone. Doesn't she sound just, oh my God. Like, oh my God. Did you turn this on? You're like, is this NPR? Is this like the most professional podcast I've ever heard in my life?
Welcome to 88.5 WAMU.
Oh my God.
Washington,
you sound
D.C.
incredible.
That was my old local NPR station.
But matched with the microphone, it sounded legit. It's great.
Oh, my God.
It's great.
We've been doing this for so long. We are upgrading our microphones.
Yeah.
Nicole's still picking one out.
I'm humming and hawing.
Hemming and hawing, but I just went ahead and
Erin pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's not reading 1,000 reviews like I am and watching all the videos, even though I think I know what I'm going to do, but it's like, I'm just dragging my feet.
You just are a cautious purchaser.
Yeah.
I have lost caution about buying things. I used to be extremely frugal, and I mean, I'm still like kind of frugal, but not really anymore. And just like read every single review, whatever. I still do read a lot of reviews, but I
know.
Now I'm just like, listen, YOLO.
Yeah, what happens.
YOLO those stonks. Oh my God. Have you guys been paying attention to this GameStop shit? My God.
I kind of want to do like an Instagram live where we just talk about it and just like
I love it. I love
it so much. I fucking hate Wall Street. I think it's so funny. And obviously there's a problem if people on Reddit are able to just like jump in there and be like, oh, let me see how to fuck with you guys.
Well, and I mean, these people aren't stupid on Reddit. They're not just like
no.
You know, they've been studying this shit for a while, and they've been poking around the castle walls for a while. And hedge funds are true fucking. This is like the shit that like fucking Wolf of Wall Street is talking about here.
Yeah,
like these people are betting that companies will just decrease in value, and they're betting on that. And it's like, man, it seems really un-American and unpatriotic.
Yeah.
You know?
It's rude. It's like, oh, let's see if we can just like crush everyone. And yeah, I've seen so many fun memes and videos about just like making fun of the Wall Street guys and just like, oh no.
You have to think of these poor hedge fund managers who have secret families they need to take care of.
Yeah, like how am I gonna feed my Coke habit? And, but the titties. It's so dumb.
7 boats. I'm gonna have to sell 3 of them.
3 of them. Yeah.
My God.
I know.
My favorite boat has to go up for auction. These fucking people. I love it. I love it. And it's all these people that are getting in on it are just, and like they're not, it's not even like about making money at this point.
No.
For these like Redditors and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just about driving the
fucking
hedge
with
fund.
People, dude. It's trolling. These are internet people, okay? They know how to troll, all right?
100%.
And they're doing it, and that's what feeds them. That's what they're after.
But it's like also this camaraderie that's like, fuck these guys. Like, and I love it.
I love it. We should all be on board. Honestly, I'm like, how come we're not out in the streets protesting yet that like this shit's being shut down like today?
Oh, there is going to be a huge class action lawsuit, I think, against Robinhood and all these like other like platforms that you can trade on.
Yeah, those apps. Yeah, great. I'm here for it.
They were like, no, like they're like, we want like the rich people to exploit the loopholes, not the poor people.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Not like that.
Hello, hedge fund? How have the poors figured out how to do this? I thought we were the only ones who could do it. Oh no! But my boats! My boats! But I was supposed to be on Below Deck next season, yachting in the Mediterranean. Why? I don't know. It's so dumb.
I love it. What a time. My God, we have just really hit the ground running here in January.
Oh my God. I love it. Yeah. I looked over at Pete's computer earlier and he had like a full screen of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
On Twitch?
Yeah. And
I was watching her. Yeah.
You were? And I was like, first of all, she's just the coolest because she's just a normal person. And she's like, this isn't right. Like at every turn, whenever she sees something, she says something. She's a true New Yorker. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what are you watching? And then I was like, I love this woman because she's doing it right. She's like, you know what?
She's meeting people where they are and like just.
She's not being old and stodgy, and she's not old, so that's why. But also, it's just like, yeah, be on Twitch. Talk to people on Twitch. Talk to people on your Instagram Live. Like, fucking use your platform. Connect with people. Especially right now when you can't be meeting in person. It's like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And also, fucking get after Ted Cruz.
Oh, my God. It is my actual new kink where she just, like,
destroys
cyberbullies Ted Cruz and these other Republican assholes.
Me too.
Like, it is.
Yeah, things are hot. My nipples are hard.
Oh, yeah. So. Oh, my God. And all these, it's just absolute evisceration of these stupid assholes. Like, I don't know what they're thinking trying to engage with her on social media. Like,
you're not going to win.
No. Oh, my God.
It's like one of my favorite quotes from the movie Home for the Holidays. Robert Downey Jr. says to Joanne, his sister, who they just accidentally lifted the turkey carcass and it greased her all over. It's so funny.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
Oh my God. It is one of my all-time favorite movies.
How have I never seen this? What the fuck?
I don't know. Home for the Holidays? It's so good. It's a very sincere and just like you will relate to it so hard. It's just like about aging and like our parents and our family and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he's like, don't mess with me. You'll lose. Like, cause she's like trying to come at him and be like rude. And he's like, don't mess with me. And she's just like, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to win. And he does.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
what a time.
A lesson for all.
Yeah.
Just don't fuck with people who are better at things than you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, you can try and be competitive, but like, don't act like you're better.
Just scream inside your heart, you know? Just do that.
It's what we're all doing all the time right now.
All the time. Oh my God. Well, on that note, do you have anything fucked up this week?
I don't. Let's get into it.
All right, cool.
Or do you have something fucked up?
No, just, you know, wish I would have gotten in on GameStop, I guess.
Yeah, fair. Yikes.
Well, I guess something fucked up, like overarching for both of us is that it's been so fucking cold lately.
Yeah.
And like California cold is like not the same kind of cold, but it's like it's actually kind of cold.
It's almost colder though because you like temperature wise it's not, but we just are never prepared for the cold, so it hits harder, you know?
Yeah, it was like down in the 40s the other day. That's nothing to be.
That's cold.
That's cold.
At the beach in Southern California, that's cold.
It gets in your bones.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, so I've been really cold lately and I need a bath or a shower every night to warm my bones up. And I've been drinking a lot of tea to soothe my cold ass.
And he was, what is the quote? And he was assassinated in his head.
Where's the lie? There is none.
Yeah, you're right.
So that brings us to today's topic, which is about tea, specifically a cult that started a tea company, and not just any tea company, Celestial Seasonings, one of the biggest tea companies in the United States. This topic was posted by a Christy in the Facebook group, and we immediately jumped down the rabbit hole on this to do an episode. I got very excited about this. I love a cult. I love it. Tea. It's just really hitting a lot of notes for me.
Is this my new kink? Maybe 5 seconds later. It might
cults?
be tea cults.
I don't know. You might be horrified to find that it is. It's a lot.
It's not a fun cult. It's not, and a lot of cults aren't fun, but what I mean by that is it's not like a space cult, let's kill ourselves for like a comet. It's
or
like
a sex
worse.
Cult where you're like everybody's fucking each other. Like, I don't think any of that's going on.
No, it's worse. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah,
it's really bad. It is more racist and bizarre than I thought it was going to be for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and also before we jump into this topic, I just want to shout out Megan Giller, who wrote an amazing in-depth piece back in 2016 about Celestial Seasonings founders and their adherence to this fringy text and belief system that we're going to talk about. This article that she wrote caught the attention of several different publications, and most of the articles that I read reference the piece that she did.
Oh,
so yeah,
cool.
And they have their own, like, you know, they fill in bits and pieces of it on their own, but like she did a very, very, very good job. And most every article that you read about it will reference her original article, because I don't think anybody really knew about this.
I love it.
Or maybe they did and they started to read about it and they got bored or something. I don't know.
How do you get bored?
I don't know.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just give you a little bit of background about Celestial Seasonings, the company. It's tea, not like, you know, food seasoning, which
yeah, the name doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it does, because I guess tea is like an herb and herbs are seasonings, but
yeah, but it's not like seasonings you put on food. It's herbs you make teas with.
Sure.
So Celestial Seasonings is America's #1 tea manufacturer. I did not know this, but it's very interesting. They're
you know why?
Because of that Sleepytime shit, bitch. That's their flagship tea. They are based in Boulder, Colorado, and they specialize in herbal teas, but they also do a black tea, a green tea, white tea blends, chai. They do all the like hip modern teas as well, but they started out with
everything on the tea spectrum.
Yeah,
they hit,
whatever you want,
but especially the white tea, if you know what I mean. We're gonna get to that.
Oh my god. They make about 100 million each year. That's so much fucking tea.
You know why? Because the margins on tea are huge. You put some fucking old leaves in a little sack. Done. That's it. How much money could the production on a box of tea bags be? Pennies?
Pennies. Literal pennies.
Yeah, it's like leftover old herbs.
I mean, listen. Celestial Seasonings Sleepytime Tea is the #1 best-selling specialty tea of all time.
Yeah, makes sense.
You can't tell me that shit's not good.
I'm not a tea person, I will say.
Oh.
The only tea I drink mostly is peppermint tea. We have Sleepytime tea in our house right now. I don't have that. Pete will have it, but I always just have peppermint.
For like a occasional stomach upset or just like a digestif.
Yeah.
We have an entire drawer full of tea. Like it's overflowing with tea. We're big tea drinkers. We're big coffee drinkers. But tea and we have all different brands. Like we're not like loyal to any brand. But I don't know that
you don't have a Celestial Seasonings rack.
I don't. I'm a big Tazo, Numi. You know.
Yeah.
There's
Bigelow.
Yeah, I like a Bigelow black tea.
Lipton.
No Lipton.
Wow.
No, I think we actually do have some Lipton, like, you know. But anyway,
yeah.
I don't know how y'all feel about tea, but we have a kettle, like an electric kettle. We don't fuck around. We're like we're real tea drinkers here. But yeah, you probably grew up with Sleepytime tea if you live in the States. Your mom drank it in the 80s and 90s. And she would give it to you before bed so you go the fuck to sleep.
Who makes Constant Common?
Constant Comet?
Comet?
Is that Bigelow?
Constant Common, is that like Common's tea? It's like if Common, the rapper, did a partnership with a tea company.
He just does like the we always make fun of the Microsoft Surface commercial.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know who's not making fun of it? Common, because he got paid so much money to do that. He's like, I don't care. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah. So, and Celestial Seasonings is, I think, one of the first tea companies that put those cute little inspirational quotes on the tea tag.
Okay.
You know, the little like paper part that you dip.
Yeah.
So they have all these quotes on their little tea tags that are pretty innocuous, whatever. Or are they?
Dun, dun, dun.
So Celestial Seasonings was founded by Mo Siegel, John Hay, Peggy Clute, and some other hippies who started gathering herbs and flowers in the mountains around Boulder and selling them to local health food stores in 1969. So just picture these like hippie ass people running around in the forest, grabbing, foraging herbs.
Yep, probably naked.
Yeah, titties out, whatever.
Yeah.
And they like developed a blend of herbs that was like very fucking legit, and that became, I think, Sleepytime tea.
Yeah, proprietary blend of 11 herbs and spices.
Basically.
Yeah. I feel like this is as vanilla as we're gonna get, because like from here, like if you thought this episode was gonna be sleepy time, you're wrong.
No, it's not a sleepy episode.
No, there's some shit.
There's some shit. So the name of the company was allegedly derived from co-founder Lucinda Zizing's nickname, allegedly.
Everybody was just super rude, and we're like, yeah, we don't know how to say your last name, so we're gonna call you Seasonings.
Yeah.
What a bunch of assholes.
Zizings. Yeah.
Oh, Zizings. Okay. But they're like, you mean seasonings?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What a bunch of rudes. Oh.
Rude dudes. But that is allegedly because there might be another reason they named it Celestial. So Mo Siegel and John Hay, the two of the founders, were avid believers in a New Age Bible called the Urantia Book, which followers call an epical revelation authored solely by celestial beings. Alien hippies. It's a New Age Bible, and these people were into it. Two of the founders. I don't know what a New Age Bible is, but it's not good.
No, that's the scariest phrase I've ever heard in my life. Honestly, I'm just picturing like Kenny G as a reverend.
Like he's just like he's modern jazz. He's not even like new age.
Oh, he isn't. Who's new age? Enya. Come sail away, sail away, sail away. Celestial Seasonings, Celestial Seasonings. That's too many syllables, but you get it.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I know what you're going for. But
it's soft hits. It's soft hits.
Yeah, it was definitely like, it's that. Yes.
Yeah.
Carolyn McDougall, one of the company's employees, she was the 5th employee, said about the book, this special New Age Bible that the two dudes followed. She said,
UB?
Yeah. Mo and John used it as a guiding principle and continually quoted from the Urantia Book. At staff meetings, they would use quotes to bolster their arguments. Quote, it was a guide for making sure of the moral values that underlay the company at that time. So those cute little quotes on the tea bags, all inspired by the Urantia Book. And we'll tell you why that's a big yikes.
Oh, I wouldn't like, I don't care what book it is. I don't care if it's fucking Reese Witherspoon's
book club
Southern
book.
Greetings or whatever book she wrote, Southern something. If you are my boss and you're coming to every meeting and you're quoting from the same book every time, I'm going to be very suspicious.
Well, this book was massive. I think it was like over 5,000 pages and weighed like many pounds.
5,000 pages worth.
Yeah, it was like a lot. So there was a lot of info in this book, but suffice to say, this book was fucking insane. It was like, I'm talking, it's not comparable to a Bible. They just said that because it's the easiest way for people to kind of understand the concept. It's more insane than Dianetics. There's aliens. There's there's universes. It's like Dune times Dianetics times I don't know what else. It is all over the place.
Vampire Diaries times
whatever.
I don't know. Is Vampire Diaries a book? No, Twilight. I'm thinking.
It's got so much stuff in it. In fact, I truly believe that L. Ron Hubbard read this shit, said, quote, this is too wild. I'm going to just pick up some of the things, the fun stuff in here, and I'm going to write my own book that's like a little bit more focused with weird aliens and make a cult out of it. Like he read this and was like, let's pare it down a little bit.
He read this and was like, I don't know that anyone's going to believe this, but you know what? If we just like distill this down a little bit.
Take the good parts.
Yeah, let's pare it down.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
The Urantia Book claims to be authored by supermortal celestial beings through an unnamed, quote, human subject who conveyed messages from the celestial beings in his sleep.
Yikes. Where'd they get the name? Because that's a mouthful.
I don't know.
It sucks.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, it's in the book, but it's a made-up word.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. But then some of the made-up words in this book are like so lazy, and you'll see which ones.
Yeah.
So a prominent Chicago psychiatrist, Dr. William S. Sadler, privately transcribed the messages, the contactees' messages, and in 1923 assembled a small group to study the messages while hiding the contactee's name and identity. So there was a person who was sleeping, getting quote unquote messages from celestial alien beings and like saying them in his sleep, like speaking the messages in his sleep from the celestial beings. And this Dr. Sadler was
taking notes,
transcribing them. And then he formed a little book club around him, around the notes he would take. So he kept the person's like name and identity secret, but I think some people like dug into this and sussed it out at a later time.
Because he was like, my neighbor, oops, crossed it out.
Yeah, yeah.
It just has the line through it.
I'll tell you exactly who it was that he was getting this from in a second. Well, the supermortals, the celestial beings, describe themselves as extraterrestrials from other planets and star systems. Mm-hmm. Cool, fun. Yeah. And their name for Earth that we live on is Urantia. So that's where that comes from. They claim to have been observing and guiding the evolution of our planet. Mm-hmm. Like Adam and Eve, we learn, were actually transported here from the planet Jerusalem. That sounds so familiar. See what I'm saying about some of the made up words being like...
For sure. Made up.
Okay. Yeah. So these aliens say that Christendom has distorted the true nature and teachings of Jesus Christ, and the time is now ripe for mankind to receive this epical revelation. So what makes it a New Age Bible is that like it does believe in Jesus. So.
Oh, okay.
But just like a different version of Jesus.
Alien Jesus, yeah.
I believe there's a section in the book that goes through all 36 years of Jesus's life, like in detail, like each year of his life. Just like a real biography, not an autobiography.
Right.
An autobiography is what you write yourself. So maybe, I don't know. What if one of those extraterrestrial beings is Jesus talking through this dude?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Writing about his autobiographying.
Yeah.
His own text.
Each year of his life.
Yeah.
Well, so that's kind of like a little bit of the background of the book. Mm-hmm. And so if you're thinking, well, who is this guy that's like dream speaking this text? The quote unnamed contactee that Dr. Sadler was getting all of this alien info was likely his brother-in-law, Wilfred Custer Kellogg, who lived with the Sadlers in Chicago. Wilfred was the nephew of W.K. Kellogg.
Oh, no.
The Corn Flake King. You guys, this is all coming back to the Kellogg's.
Oh, my God.
Which we did an episode on that I really loved.
Yeah, that was great. Oh,
so
my God.
That's the guy that's dream speaking this alien like knowledge.
On P.S. on hella psychotics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was tripping out of his mind when he was telling Dr. Sadler and dream speaking all this. And Dr. Sadler got his start working for Dr. John H. Kellogg at the famous Battle Creek Sanitarium.
Oh, my God. Which went under? Because didn't it eventually explode or light on fire or something?
I mean, I think their cornflake business just got too good.
They're like, we're done here. Something happened to the sanitarium, I thought. Sanitarium.
I said I did the same thing, and DJ was making fun of me. He's like, oh, the Rick Santorum. I was like, no, God damn it.
Sanitarium, where you go to become sane, honestly. That was such a fun episode. I want to revisit that.
Yeah, it was really fun. So, yeah. But after learning about the Kellogg's, we know that they were very into eugenics, and so was Dr. Sadler. More on this in a little bit, but it's all coming. We're going to talk a little bit more about the book.
Yeah.
And how and why it's starting to get more and more racist.
I feel like, honestly, like what we're building towards, like the pressure that we're building towards of eugenics, it's like, man, just rub one out. Like, we know it's like, oh, the sanitarium was like where you go and you don't masturbate unless you're a woman, and then you have like hysterics or whatever, and then they have to masturbate you. But it's like, I think everybody's feeling a little repressed. a little too repressed. Everyone needs to let loose a little more and like live their lives.
Yeah, it could have all just been avoided if a little masturbation had taken place, I think.
Oh my God, a little.
Just like people just get too serious about shit. Like just meditate, relax. Mm-hmm. Just let it go, you know?
Yes, yeah.
But so there's a bunch more bullshit. So back to the book.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch more bullshit in the book about how there have been many, many sons of God like Jesus on many different planets because there are a billion worlds. And I mean, multiverse, sure.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, one Jesus, a lot of Jesuses, yeah. That makes more sense to me somehow because it's an infinite universe.
That's true. I mean, he's not special. Yeah, so eventually each of these worlds, like what is being built towards in this philosophy in this book is that each of these worlds will eventually have 100,000 local universes with 10 million inhabited planets.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a lot of people.
I mean, crazy. So since our Earth is called Urantia and it's number 606 in a planetary group called Satania. Again,
I think they meant to make it 666.
Yeah, they were like
606. Yeah, they're like, we'll put an O in the middle to throw people off.
And the headquarters is called Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
And when we die, we're reincarnated from planet to planet, then finally to paradise where the deity lives.
Whoa.
And there's there's a little piece of the deity in each of us called a, quote, thought adjuster. This sounds like Thetans to me.
Yes. But are Thetans bad in Scientology? They're bad, right? You have to like cleanse them, or do you just have to like make amends with them? Do you befriend them? Yeah, we don't know.
I think you're supposed to like, that's how you go clear is you get all the Thetans out.
Well, if you have a piece of the deity though, that sounds like a good Thetan to me. Almost. Yeah. It's like a good, like if you have a piece of the deity with you, oh my God, that's your little guardian angel.
I mean, that's fun. Like so far this is like great sci-fi. It's fun, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I guess Lucifer, Satan, Melchizedek, I guess that's a demon. I don't know.
I don't know.
Adam and Eve and Jesus are all extraterrestrial beings who have visited Earth.
Yeah, everyone's in here. Everyone has a role in here. Everyone has a role in the UB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all in this together in the Urantia.
Mm-hmm.
So while all this sounds very silly, keep in mind that Dr. William Sadler and the people he was supposedly transcribing and studying all this alien caca with loved eugenics, and they were gigantic racists.
I mean,
so
we knew it was coming. He was a Kellogg fan. He was like a Kellogg intern. He was like out masturbating for Corn Flakes.
He was slapping people's hands away from their peepees for Corn
Flakes.
Flakes.
Yeah. Unless it was a hysterical woman and then he was fingering them probably.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Well, so Dr. Sadler had his ideas about eugenics, but even his wife was very into it.
Oh, yeah.
She had her own like brand of racism, and she like would go. She was like very involved. They were very prominent in the Chicago society during this time because he was a doctor.
Yeah.
She was like in a society lady, so she'd go to these like.
Oh, she
groups.
wasn't a doctor too?
She might have been.
Okay. I mean,
don't know.
They didn't let women be doctors back then, so probably not.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But she was into it too, and she'd go to like these women's groups and speak on,
yeah,
on all this.
Yeah, I think she even all of this is very well documented because she wrote this all down and published it in like a pamphlet or some sort of like short poem.
Poem.
I don't know what it was.
A racist poem.
A racist poem. But she wrote about eugenics that it would if they were to like save the better people, I don't know how they worded it, they would wipe out at least 90% of crime, insanity, feeble-mindedness, Morinism, and abnormal sexuality, not to mention many other forms of defectiveness and degeneracy. Thus, within a century, our asylums, prisons, and state hospitals would be largely emptied of their present victims of human woe and misery. Yikes. Also, this is not mesh well with what the Kellogg's were doing. It's like a little bit off because like the Kellogg's and the sanitarium, that was a lot of white people. And they were all losing it.
Yeah. They were like, what? Yeah, like wait,
yeah.
What? How does this square?
This doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But who knows? She's crazy.
Yeah. They believe that illness was caused by evil, which is very quiverful-y.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
and quiverful is very white.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah.
Check out our 2 episodes on the Duggars. The
quiverful did we do 2?
Yeah, I think we did a follow-up episode after we had some new members join that like relayed some of their experiences of being in the quiverful movement. Yeah.
Or religion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was wild. Because the Duggars, for anyone who needs a refresher, are part of the quiverful movement. And your quiverful is like having a full backpack. I don't know what it's called.
Quiver.
Of arrows. Quiver. Oh, the quivers aren't the arrows? It's the holder?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The arrows are what goes in the quiver.
Yeah. That checks out.
Well, this is like the early kind of groundwork for that specific religion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all kind of the same. It's all kind of fringy in its own ways. So, but at any rate,
yeah.
Dr. Sadler himself, along with his wife, published 3 eugenicist books. One was called Long Heads and Round Heads, or What's the Matter with Germany? Excuse me? That is one he published in 1918. My God.
Oh, my God.
The next one he published was Racial Decadence, an examination of the causes of racial degeneration in the United States. That one was 1922. And the third book he published was The Truth About Heredity in 1927. And then all the while he's doing these translations or, transcribing these celestial beings' words into tons and tons of notes, which eventually become the Urantia. So the Urantia book echoes the ideas presented in his books. And in some cases, it reproduces the text word for word. So he's like plagiarizing himself. He's like he's just like basically putting his books into this huge tome.
Yeah. He's like fleshing each idea out a little bit further, but still having it be the meat. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a chalupa of racism.
It's like a double-decker taco. And then it's a triple-decker taco, and then it's a like he just keeps adding layers. And now it's a 7-layer dip, and all of it's just racist.
In this book, in the Urantia.
All of it's just mayonnaise.
The Taco Bell Urantia.
Oh my God. It's your 4th meal. Yeah.
It's just too much.
Hey. Oh, you know what sounds really good right now? Oh my God, what? It's a Taco Bell Urantia. It's 7 layers of bullshit. First layer is a white tortilla, and then it's covered with mayonnaise, and then it has ground flavorless chicken, and then on top of that is sour cream, and then on top of that is oatmeal, and then
powdered
there's a layer
beans.
And
for a what? I was gonna say, and for a limited time only, you can get Cool Ranch, the Cool Ranch Urantia.
And Or you could try the Supreme Urantia, which has an added layer of condensed milk on top. It's just all very white.
And then they don't want to call it a Tres Leches cake, so they call it a 3 milks.
I love it.
Because they don't like any people of color. So.
Yeah. I get it. They're like, we speak English here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Dumb.
So, anyway, this is all, like I said, he's putting his own books into this huge book. Like a Cool Ranch Urantia. And from one book, Racial Decadence says
what a fucking dumb name.
It's so dumb. It sounds like an awful like dessert or something.
Yeah. Oh, at Taco Bell for a limited time only, you can make your Urantia a combo with a Racial Decadence.
It's a lava cake with mayonnaise in it.
It's a vanilla lava cake with mayonnaise.
I'm getting nauseous thinking about this. Oh my God. I have to stop.
Oh my God.
So in Racial Decadence, Sadler expresses, among other notions, that the, quote, unfit should be sterilized and that, quote, morality is hereditary. Oh my God.
Oh no.
And that some races are more, quote, more moral than others.
He was misinformed.
My good God, this man.
My God.
And then in The Truth About Heredity, Sadler writes that marriage between races is, quote, is to be deplored when one of the races would be inferior as compared with the other, which happens to be the biological fact as concerns the white and the Negro races in this country. Ooh, motherfucker. Fuck you.
He was not into people coming together.
He was not into interracial marriage. He was not into mixing races. He basically thought that people who weren't white should be sterilized. He was full blown like eugenics, like not even trying to hide it.
Oh my God. Also, what a time to be this way because no one cared.
Yeah.
People probably thought he was smart.
They're like, oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
Like, interesting.
And this is like 100 years ago. This isn't, I mean, it sounds like it's a long time ago, but it's not that long ago.
Yeah.
In the Urantia, one of the main guiding principles is that there are 6 human races: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and indigo. The indigo race is black people, and the book argues it is the most inferior race. The quote superior race, according to the book, are fair skinned and blue eyed. Oh, shocker!
Very Hitlery.
Yeah, I know. The Urantia book argues for eugenics as a way to remedy the existence of, quote, inferior races, which they say are responsible for the existence of disease. Oh. It's so gross and so fucked up. And I don't know if Hitler ever read this book, but if he did, he would have loved it, and he would have totally joined their little fucking racist book club.
Oh my God, he would have gone to like the readings where it's like the author like reads from the book and like got it signed after.
Yeah, he would have loved it. He would have been like so stoked on this.
Yeah. Oh man, that's yeah. I mean, like that is typical eugenic stuff. Like none of the obviously like fully fledged white supremacists believe this shit still. I mean, people still believe this stuff and think about this stuff.
Yeah,
which is wild.
These concepts are not new. They have been in our society, floating around. Mm-hmm. And this was, again, these people were prominent physicians in their community in Chicago, in a big city. Mm-hmm. And this was just, people were stoked on it. They loved it.
That's what I was going to say. This wasn't fringy.
No, this at the time in the 1920s was not fringy. It was, this was like a way of thinking. Some people were like, what the fuck? Like, you're a piece of shit.
But for the most part, they were teaching this type of shit to other doctors. They're like, oh, you want to be a doctor? Here, let's sit down. Let's talk about how the races are different. And it's like, I think the only difference is like how we appear physically.
And if you don't think that the stain of eugenics hasn't trickled down into modern medicine, you are sadly mistaken, because most of the studies that are done on people don't include people of color, disabled people that have any, like, this is any study that has a percentage of people that have, you know, that's like widely known and over a long period of time is strictly for and about white people. So
it's still, I mean, even even the way that Black people are treated in terms of how their pain tolerance is looked at goes back to eugenics, because there were rumors that like Black people had thicker skin, so doctors are less likely to believe Black people when they say, I'm in a lot of pain. They're like, well, you're fine. I think you're fine, which is why women die at a higher rate during birth than, you know, white women or other women. Like Black women are their pain isn't being taken seriously. So
no, I mean, extremely famous Black women, Serena Williams almost died during childbirth because her pain wasn't taken seriously. So this is all just to say that this shit is insidious. It has been in our society for a very long time. And we need to reconcile this shit and talk about it and get it the fuck out of here and be aware of it so that this shit doesn't keep happening.
Yeah, be mindful of it. If you're, especially like, obviously this past year has been like a year where we're like rewiring our brains because what we're taught is not the reality of things. And so I think we have a lot of listeners that work in the medical community, and like I think it's really important to talk about this stuff and be curious in terms of asking questions and challenging what people are telling you. Like, not the patients, but like what you're learning. It's like, does this sound suspicious to you? And it's not that everybody is coming out here and just being a bad racist person. These are things that are being taught to people, and they're not questioning it. Why would you if your professor's like, oh yeah, Black people have like a lower pain tolerance or whatever, a higher pain tolerance.
This was literally taught in medical school for a very long time. So got a lot of work to do, but this is where this is how it all started with eugenics, and this entire book,
oh my God,
is based on that. And it's disgusting, really heinous ideas that are all throughout this entire big ass fucking dumb sci-fi racist fantasy book.
It's fucking fanfic.
It really is. Oh my God, these white people. So all that is to say, for very many years, this book was like kind of a mystery to who wrote it, but like people eventually sussed it out, figured out who it was transcribed by, who it was written by, whatever. And there have been adherents to this book forever, since it was around. It's kind of like a little secret society. I kind of think of it as. It's the Urantia Foundation, aka the Fellowship, and they'll tell you that it's not a cult. That's what cults say, though.
That's what a cult would say. Yeah. That is exactly what a cult would say. We're not a cult.
It's just like an MLM. They always are like, this is not a scam.
It's not a pyramid scheme. This is a real, fully fledged job. And
you're your own boss. No.
I'm like, did you have to pay to get this job? And they're like, yes, $3,000. And I'm like, ooh.
Yikes.
Look again.
I don't think that's right.
I think that's wrong.
Well, the Fellowship, the Urantia Foundation, they're a cult for sure. And in the Urantia book, the Revelator named the brilliant evening star of Nebadon.
I'm sorry, Nebadong?
Why not? Nabadong?
Is that eating a dick? Erin just stuck her tongue out and wiggled it.
The Nebadon calls for the Urantians to replace Christianity with, quote, a new cult that will begin the, quote, true religion of the future.
So Christianity is a cult, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're like, get this old cult out of here, this old dusty-ass cult, and make way for the alien Christian Jesus cult.
Yeah, alien Jesus!
Hey! And so all this time we're talking about this horrible fucking book and these weirdo eugenics people. Mm-hmm. Duh, remember Mo? The fucking founder of Celestial Seasonings? Mm-hmm. Remember how he had his entire guiding principle of his professional career involved in Celestial Seasonings, would bring it into the boardroom, would put it on fucking the little tea tags, little quotes, inspirational quotes. Mm-hmm. That's all from this shit-ass book.
Oh, my God.
Remember?
My God. Yeah. Remember what we're talking about? Remember how this loops back to the beginning? Mo loves Celestial Jesus because he was like, that guy's extra.
Yeah,
terrestrial.
He's extra Jesus-y. Can I get extra Jesus, please?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
With extra Jesus.
Extra Jesus. And lest you think Mo isn't involved anymore, you thought maybe, this was like a hippie phase. Maybe he just like read this book, was like totally inspired by parts of it, whatever. He picked and choose like the good parts, whatever. He read that book and he liked it back in the 60s so much that he's now the current president of the Urantia Foundation and hosts a weekly study group at his house. So he's very much involved.
He's in it.
He's in it. And not only that, he wrote about it and said this, quote, illness and disease result from evil and cause suffering.
No.
He wrote this in the 20 most asked questions it's on the Urantia Book Fellowship website. And he goes on, unfortunately, several factors hinder progress towards the development of a disease-free world. The law of genetics are immutable and form the physical cornerstone of evolution. At the present time, mankind loses about as much progress as it makes by ignoring eugenics.
Fucking woof.
This man is most certainly an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, he's an anti-everything that doesn't look like him. He probably hates women too, honestly. I mean, he probably hates everyone who isn't a white male. But I love how like the illness and disease result from evil and cause suffering. I love how people point that out and then never look at like, who's truly evil, like who's causing suffering. It's like, no one's looking like inward at themselves, at like capitalism or like whatever. It's just like, let's just blame the people who are sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so fucking stupid. Ugh. I hate it so much. This piece of shit.
It's like, and also just talking about people that have, diseases or like, any kind of physical ailment is the most ableist shit you could possibly imagine. It's so fucked up. Yeah, I don't know. It's so gross.
But alien Jesus is testing them.
I mean, this is the thing. People would rather, instead of being like introspective and self-aware, they would rather make up shit about aliens to get away from themselves because they can't admit that anything that they do or say is wrong or bad. Like
men will make up entire religions to avoid therapy, is what we're saying.
Yes. 1000%.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. That is what's happening.
That's what's happening.
It's like, no, all you have to do, put a mirror in front of you, sit down, and do some deep thinking. No, thank you. I'd rather write about aliens and eugenics and other fucked up shit. Did you know Adam and Eve were aliens?
Because I could never be to blame for anything because I'm a perfect white male.
I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And he is, I don't think he is part of Celestial Seasonings anymore, right?
Maybe. I mean, okay, this is the thing. So Celestial Seasonings was purchased by Kraft Foods in 1984, and so Mo retired in 1986. He was like, I got my money, whatever. But then the following year, Kraft tried to sell Celestial Seasonings to Lipton, but then, okay, this is fucking karma, and it's very fun. Bigelow stepped in and was like, excuse me, Monopoly much? You guys can't. No, you can't do this. Like, you are the two biggest tea companies. And so he successfully, like Bigelow's a person.
Yeah. Bigelow the company.
Bigelow, male gigolo. He was. Oh my God.
Oh,
you
dear.
know.
Yeah.
T. Bigelow. No, Bigelow, the company, successfully challenged the sale under antitrust laws, and they won. And so then local management had to purchase back the company from Kraft in 1988. And since they did that, Mo came back in 91, and he served as CEO for another 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and since then, so he finally retired in 2002 when they merged with the Hain Food Group, which owns like a bunch of like, not organic, but like healthy-ish sounding foods like Terra chips and shit.
Do they also own Ezekiel bread?
Oh, I don't know.
I
That's
think
a great question. They own a yogurt. They own 2 kinds of chips. They owned some stuff I was like somewhat familiar with, but that I don't eat much of. It all is supposed to be healthy, but it's like Terra chips. Those aren't healthy. It's just not a potato.
Yeah.
It's just some other kind of root vegetable, right?
I think,
or it's a blue potato. I don't know, but fucking
they have
make money.
The Hain Celestial Group. There's still Celestial in the name.
Mm-hmm.
They own Alba Botanica.
Oh, the like shea oil or something.
Yeah, like
some sort of oil.
The nice lotion.
Oh, lotion. Yeah.
Avalon Organics, Celestial Seasonings, obviously. Earth's Best Organic. Garden of Eden. Health Valley. Jason, the herbal deodorant and toothpaste and stuff.
I like chemicals in mine.
No. Greek Gods, the Greek yogurt you're talking about.
Yeah, yogurt.
Walnut Acres, Maranatha, and some other stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of brands.
Yeah, they're a big. I mean, like not all the brands are. I would imagine Celestial Seasoning is like one of their more
commercial,
well known. Yeah, commercial, just because everyone knows Sleepytime Tea. But it's it's part of and then Hain. I think with the merger, they like brought on the name Celestial, so now they're the Hain Celestial Group. And a fun fact: in 2015. The Hain Celestial Group reached a settlement and agreed to pay consumers a $7.5 million compensation for mislabeling their products organic.
Oh,
and they were not.
liar.
They were not organic. I don't know what products it was, but they fucking lied. And that's it. I mean, we've said it before and we'll say it again. Like, all it takes is branding, because somehow Celestial Seasonings, which has been a fucking eugenics cult, like, brand, is somehow out here just like selling shit normal as ever.
I honestly think it's been kept under the radar for so long because it seems like people, I don't know, like the book itself sounded like esoteric and goofy, that nobody really looked into it or thought much about it. And maybe they just thought that the two founders that were into it were just like being hippies on shrooms or something and didn't take it seriously, but Mo is still very much into it. So
yeah. Also, I mean, I feel like Celestial Seasonings is the Tom Cruise of the food world. Like, everybody knows Tom Cruise is fucking problematic and weird and like peddling Scientology bullshit. And where is Shelley Miscavige? You know what I mean? But also, if we put him in another Mission Impossible movie, he's going to make us millions of dollars. So I don't know. We just look the other way.
Sleepytime, Mission Impossible. They're
They're
handshaking.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Sleepytime is Mission Impossible of the tea world. It's a blockbuster premiere.
You know, they have like a honey lemon one, a like lavender chamomile. They have like all these different variations of Sleepytime. It's like extra sleepy time with like added fucking sleep.
Melatonin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's melatonin.
Sleep extreme.
So sleepy time. Now with melatonin.
But I do love Sleepytime tea. Fuck.
I know. Well, I mean, he's not involved with the company anymore, so maybe it's fine. I don't know.
So all that is to say, listen.
Yeah.
You take in this information and you think next time you go to the grocery store, you'll see a box of Celestial Seasonings. You'll see that sweet, precious little bear in his little nightcap dozing by the fire. And then you'll think, that guy that started this company really hated everybody but white people.
Yeah. And just tell a friend. You could still buy the tea. I don't care.
Yeah. Just be like, did you know this company was started by a eugenics freak?
Yeah. His name is Mo Siegel.
Yeah.
He sucks. Oh, man. Yeah. Also, I went to the Celestial Seasonings website. I like Googled like Celestial Seasonings cult and stuff and found some articles that I read. But I was like, I wonder what the website says. And there was an About Me section and none of this was in there.
They just talked about like the hippie, like cool vibe that they had just hiking through the forest, gathering herbs.
Yeah. And no Urantia. No, Mo was mentioned, but they weren't like, oh, and also neo-Nazi Mo Siegel. No, they didn't say that. It was just regular Mo Siegel. But I read the subtext like, oh yeah, eugenics.
Yeah.
Guy and Nazi.
Well, if you want to read more about this, there's, like I said at the top, the best article for it is by, Megan Giller, and you can actually read the Urantia online. It's copyrights expired, I think in like the 90s. So it's just available
free?
online.
Oh,
it's just free. Yeah.
That's almost worse.
It is worse.
Oh no.
So, but I don't know who would really want to sit down and crack this fucking book because it's just like a lot.
I mean, people want to read that type of stuff because they're curious.
Sure.
But it also just sounds like just read like
Dune,
yeah.
If
just
you really
read something else. A fantasy.
a
Lord of the
fantasy.
Rings. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Hunger Games.
Sure.
That sort of shit's in there too.
Bridgerton was books before it was a Netflix show.
Yeah. I need to read those books.
I'll read them. Sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Well, shit.
I know.
This topic disturbed me more than I thought it would. I started like going down the rabbit hole and I was like getting more and more grossed out and like horrified. And I was just like, I don't like this.
Yeah. I feel like there's so many topics, or like even just lately I've been thinking about eugenics as a topic, just like how it infiltrated medicine and stuff, but also it just feels so heavy and like it's like, oh, are we the appropriate people to talk about this, and like what would you make fun of aside from like the doctors that are like stupid as fuck. Yeah. But this felt like a great way to kind of touch on it and be like, this shit's fucked up, but also like there's alien Jesus.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. Yeah, there's so much about eugenics that this is very much the tip of the iceberg. It is so completely fucked up, and I don't know that we are equipped, nor have the comedic angle to come at it, because so many horrible things happened and were enabled by eugenics that I don't even know how we could approach it as a subject.
It's not entertaining, and we're a comedy podcast, so it just but today we dipped our toe in. We said yikes.
But that being said, you should absolutely learn about it. We can't begin to undo or figure out any of this shit without reading books that aren't, eugenics books.
Yeah.
But learning about this shit and being aware of it. So,
oh my God.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We love you so much. You're angels, all of you.
Mwah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Follow us on social media.
Ooh, at DTFU Podcast. All the platforms were back on TikTok after a brief hiatus.
Well, TikTok's hard, man.
It's hard.
It's time consuming. It's hard to make like a thing.
It is, but I think if we take like a clip each week and we make it into a fun thing, it's easy. It kills two birds with one stone. It's our promotional material. It's fun. It's funny. But yeah, it is hard. It's when the world is your oyster. Sometimes you just need guardrails, It's like you want someone to tell you what you should do. And it's like, we don't have people telling us that. So
no, it's true. It's true.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, you need to have parameters to be creative, I believe.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I don't have anything else. So I'll just say, listen here. Be excellent to yourselves.
And this is very, very, very important. Also to each other.
Important.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.